problem. It says a pole leans away from the sun at an angle of 7 degrees to the vertical. So if right here we have the sun, and if the vertical, here's a vertical down to the ground, and if the pole leans away from the vertical of the sun, so we'll say that this is the pole. It tilts away 7 degrees. When the angle of elevation of the sun is 51 degrees, the pole casts a shadow of 47 feet along the level ground. How long is the pole? So first of all, let's see, if we draw a triangle over here, we know that if this is right angle, this is 90 minus 7, so we know that right in here would be 83 degrees. And if it says that the angle of elevation is going to be 51 degrees, and we know that the shadow, so down here is going to be the shadow, 47. How long is this pole? So we'll call this x. This is what we want to find, the pole length. And we can next find up here, we know that that's 180 minus the 51 minus 83. So we'll get 46 degrees up here. So I'm going to come over here and redraw this triangle. So we have A, B, C. We want x, which is little a, right? We want that. We have 51 degrees, we have 46 degrees, and we have 83 degrees. This is a 151. 51 degrees. And we know that down here is 47. So we're going to need to work with little b because we have that side and angle, and we want to work with a because we want to find little a. So we're going to do little a, we labeled as x, over sine of a, 51 degrees, is equal to little b over sine of b, 46 degrees. And we can cross multiply. 4 times sine 51, divide both sides by sine of 46 degrees, and we should get that x, the height of the pole, is about 50.78 feet. So that's our answer for that one. And when we move on to the next problem, it says that a boat leaves the lighthouse A and sails 5.1 kilometers northeast. At this time, it is sighted from lighthouse B, 7.2 kilometers west of A. The bearing of the boat from B is 65 degrees 10 65 degrees 10 minutes. Yeah, degrees in a second. Okay, 65 degrees 10 minutes east of north. How far is the boat from B? Okay. So they say that at this time it's sighted from lighthouse B, which is 7.2 west of A. North, south, west, east. So if we know that A is right here, and it says at this time it is sighted from lighthouse B, which is to the west of A. So we know that B is over here because the west is to the left. And we know that the distance between the two is 7.2. And then what else do we know? So then it says The bearing of the boat from B is 65 degrees 10 minutes east of north. So from B, we're going to go north. So head straight up. And then we're swinging to the east, which is to the right. And we'll stop. We'll draw a line there. So we know this is 65 degrees 10 minutes. Remember, in our calculator, we're using the second angle to get our degrees, minutes, and seconds. Now, if we put in our calculator 180 minus what was given, 60 degrees, 65 degrees, 10 minutes, we would be left with 24.83 degrees. So that's in here, 24.83 degrees. Let's see, so how far is the boat from B? So a boat leaves Lighthouse A and sails 5.1 kilometers northeast. So if it's leaving A and it's going northeast, we're kind of going up and to the right. So like over here, right? So a boat leaves A, it goes northeast, so 5.1 to C. So then at this time sighted from Lighthouse B, which is 7.2 to the west of A, at a bearing, we filled in the bearing. Okay, now let's connect. How far is the boat from B? How far is the boat from B? So we want to find right in here, right? I'm going to label this as little a, this little b, little c. So we essentially want little a. So we can do what do we want to do first? Well, let's search for, so we only have one angle, so let's search for one of the angles. So let's find C first. So if we do little b, 5.1 over angle B, sine 24.83 degrees. So we do little b, and then we have C, so we'll do little c over sine of C. And then if we cross multiply and take the inverse, we will get angle C is 36.36 degrees. Which would mean that 1A is 180 minus that, 36.36 minus 24.83. So A would be 118.81. And then we can use our last signs. We could do little b over big B. We want little a, which we're calling x, over angle A, 118.81. And when we cross multiply, we will get about 10.64. So that's the end of page 6.